This is part 4 of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, translated by Edward Fitzgerald. This Librivox recording is in the public domain. Recorded by Nathan at antipodeanwriter.wordpress.com. The 5th edition of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, translated by Edward Fitzgerald. Part 4, quatrains 61 to 80. Quatrain 61. Why be this juice the growth of God? Who dare blaspheme the twisted tendril as a snare? A blessing, we should use it, should we not? And if a curse, why then, who set it there? Quatrain 62. I must abjure the balm of life, I must, scared by some after reckoning taken on trust, or lured with hope of some diviner drink, to fill the cup when crumbled into dust. Quatrain 63. Of threats of hell and hopes of paradise, one thing at least is certain, this life flies. One thing is certain, and the rest is lies. The flower that once has blown for ever dies. Quatrain 64. Strange is it not, that of the myriads who before us passed the door of darkness through, not one returns to tell us of the road which to discover we must travel too. Quatrain 65. The revelations of devout and learned who rose before us and as prophets burned, are all but stories which awoke from sleep, they told their comrades, and to sleep returned. Quatrain 66. I sent my soul through the invisible, some letter of that afterlife to spell, and by my soul returned to me, and answered, I myself am heaven and hell. Quatrain 67. Heaven but the vision of fulfilled desire, and hell the shadow from a soul on fire, cast on the darkness into which ourselves so late emerged from, shall so soon expire. Quatrain 68. We are no other than a moving row of magic shadow shapes that come and go round with the sun illumined lantern held in midnight by the master of the show. Quatrain 69. But helpless pieces of the game he plays upon this checkerboard of nights and days, hither and thither moves, and checks and slays, and one by one back in the closet lays. Quatrain 70. The ball no question makes of A's and No's, but here or there as strikes the player goes, and he that tossed you down into the field, he knows about it all, he knows, he knows. Quatrain 71. The moving finger writes, and having writ, moves on, nor all your piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all your tears wash out a word of it. Quatrain 72. And that inverted bowl they call the sky, where under crawling cooped we live and die, lift not your hands to it for help, for it as impotently moves as you or I. Quatrain 73. With earth's first clay they did the last man knead, and there of the last harvest sowed the seed, and the first morning of creation wrote what the last dawn of reckoning shall read. LXXIV. Yesterday this day's madness did prepare Tomorrow's silence, triumph, or despair. Drink, for you not know whence you came, nor why. Drink, for you know not why you go, nor where. LXXV. I tell you this, when started from the goal, Over the flaming shoulders of the foal Of heaven, Parwin and Mushtari they flung, In my predestined plot of dust and soul. LXXVI. The vine had struck a fibre, which about it clings my being. Let the dervish flout, of my base metal may be filed a key That shall unlock the door he howls without. LXXVII. And this I know, whether the one true light Kindle to love, or wrath consume me quite, One flash of it within the tavern court, Better than in the temple lost outright. LXXVIII. What! out of senseless nothing to provoke A conscious something to resent the yoke Of unpermitted pleasure under pain Of everlasting penalties if broke? LXXIX. What! from his helpless creature be repaid Pure gold for what he lent him dross allayed? Sue for a debt he never did contract, And cannot answer? Oh, the sorry trade! LXXX. O thou, who didst with pitfall and with gin Beset the road I was to wander in, Thou wilt not with predestined evil round Enmesh, and then impute my fall to sin. End of Part 4, recorded by Nathan at antipodeanwriter.wordpress.com.